I want to go there, on the top of that hill. And on my way, I want to speak with you about project Record 90 SP. Hi everyone, let's go. Hola. Gracias. Right, now we have to go all the way up the hill. There you go, much better. Okay, so it's up the hill. So this is how we started our Record 90 SP. We've been completely at the bottom. So as I said I knew that Record 90 SP is not going to be successful, and this is exactly what happens. We haven't done 45.5, we haven't beat Fernando Alonso lap time, which is 45.6. And why I started this project and why I continue this project? Because lots of drivers, beginners, they start their racing career and they thinking to beat someone who is already professional and who has many ages of experience behind. And drivers, beginners, they're thinking, I can do the same in a few weeks or in a few months. And this is wrong mentality to start with. This is very wrong, because you are beginner, they are professional. So where is the difference between beginner and professional? The difference is he is doing it for maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, or maybe since he is being 4 years old, like Fernando Alonso. And we are who is beginners, and we beginners, we are already aiming to beat him in 3 months. It's impossible. I'll be honest with you, it's impossible. Unless you didn't practice in something else. some different type of sport, then you know a lot about concentration, about sport psychology, so you know how to get the results quicker. But it still doesn't mean that you can do it in 3 months, or even in half a year, or maybe even in a year. It means that you are prepared better, but you're not yet professional racing driver. So you're going to ask me, then what is the step number 1 to start racing career? Actually, step number 1, this is what we was talking just a few minutes before. Step number 1, you build a dream inside of your brains. You start thinking about racing, and that thought makes you happy and satisfied. So, where is step number 2? Step number 2 is still at the beginning of the hill. Just go and try few practice sessions. Don't start looking for a personal coach, or don't start straight away to do tuitions. Don't buy professional equipment straight away. Don't do that. All that stuff is not going to make you faster. It will help you a little bit, and I'll tell you which way. Everyone gonna look at you and they're gonna think, that guy must be very professional. He has professional suits, boots, crash helmet, gloves. But when you get on a truck, this is it. This is where all your professionalism finished. So, second, go to your local karting track and try your skills. Try yourself. See what you're able to do. Maybe you are good enough to skip few steps. But if you're a beginner, I would always suggest you to go through all that steps anyway. So let's move to step number 3. When step number 1 and step number 2 done, move to step number 3 and plan. Plan your racing career. Not everything gonna go by the plan, but you must to have a plan. With a plan, everything is much easier. For example, you're arriving at new circuit. What you need? You need a plan. Step number 1, you unload your equipment, your go-kart, your tools, your tent. Step number 2, you are going for track walk. Step number 3, you are drawing every single corner and splitting that corner into a different points. Point number 1 is the entry point. Point number 2 is the apex, and point number 3 is the exit. Then all that point you can split into another point. Like entry point is the start braking, finish braking, and turning in. Apex, this is where you are approaching the apex, hitting the apex, and leaving the apex. Exit, approaching exit. Straight steering wheel on the exit, and straight after exit. So this is how you do everything. You split it on the different points, and that is called your plan. Your plan, it's like a mountains. You jump from one mountain to the other one, to the other one, and then to the other one. Every plan should have a steps. Step number 1, step number 2. Let's say this is your karting, this is your go-kart hill. Let's say another one, the nearest one, this is your Mini Cooper Challenge step. The further one, this is your British touring cars hill. And the completely furthest one, this might be your F1 hill. Who knows? I can tell you who knows. Only you can know that, because only you can do that. No one else. No one else gonna make for you plan. No one else gonna do for you that steps. Nobody else gonna wake up 5 in the morning and go for a practice, go for a running, go for your exercises. No one else after exercise is gonna go and do job for you to make a money to do a practice session. And after work, no one else gonna go for you and do your practice session. And no one else going to step on the podium, because that person is you and no one else. And I think this hill for me was too easy. So what I'm thinking to do now, I'm thinking to move to another hill, and that hill I'm going to call Record 90 SP2.